Jon Kedrowski!
I'm on the summit! Summit selfie! How you guys doing today? Told me to wear a suit. I'm a little bit afraid of heights, believe it or not.
He's worked all now!
This is what I live for. This is in my element, in my environment. I live by the no off day philosophy.
I am a little bit scared, not gonna lie.
Why do we as humans subject ourselves to suffering? Is it for some sort of gain? Is it worth it? Usually is. Tell you what, I've failed so many times.
I've been struck by lightning up on a peak.
But they put a hole in my tent in a couple of different spots.
Failure for me is an option because I learned so much more in that failure than I ever do from reaching a summit.
This is just another day at the office for me.
Ever had a big goal that you've accomplished in your life? How did it feel like when you got there? In order to be successful in life, you have to accept and embrace being uncomfortable. Don't limit your challenges, challenge your limits. As we're standing up on the summit, we all kind of look at each other like, what other goals can we do? What other mountains are there to climb?
I'm Dr. Jon Kedrowski. I'm born and raised here in Colorado. I have my PhD in environmental geography, weather, and climate.
I wear many hats.
As a keynote speaker, I'm also a ski mountaineer, author, mountain guide, and adventure coach.
There's 7 billion people on the planet, but there are literally corners on this earth that have barely been explored.
I like to face my fears and shift my mindset in such a way that I actually step into a realm that I enjoy. As an 8-year-old kid, I saw hundreds of other mountains in all directions, and I said to myself, I want to climb Everest someday. I just didn't quite know how. People ask me like, hey, how do you prepare for something like Mount Everest? And I'll say, well, you know, it's literally my lifestyle. Like, I could get off my couch and go climb Everest right now. It's what I call being Everest ready. I call that being Everest ready because once the challenge is presented to you, you'll be prepared. If I were to take you out of this room and put you in a helicopter or a plane and somehow drop you on the summit of Everest, you would be dead in 3 minutes.
Oh shit.
I don't remember as much the mountains that were easy. I remember the spectacular things and I remember the hard things. Does that sound familiar to you maybe in your life? Day 3 of this trek, and you see Mount Everest with that plume over the summit, and you see that mountain 25 miles away, and you say to yourself, man, I'm really gonna stand on top of that thing?
58 peaks in about 90 days. Most unbelievable journey of my entire life. There was an avalanche that knocked out our entire camp from up there.
Victory is that much sweeter when you've had to overcome obstacles like that. And one of the feelings that goes with climbing Mount Everest is not getting caught up in things that we can't control. We can't control something that happened a year ago, 2 years ago. The only thing we can do is live in the present, in the here and now, and be excited about the future. That's my question to you today is, what is your Everest? Is there something you've always wanted to do? And we're gonna delve into that. Is there a reason why you haven't gone for it? Do things that are in line with your goal. Train mountains with mountains. It was all about the journey. It was all about those 71 mountains that I went on, preparing myself for that moment. Let's go climb mountains, because that's the best way to train for bigger mountains.
Former professor, he said, you can be a professor when you're old. So go out and do all this really cool stuff, write your books, and inspire other people.
Live on Everest, Dr. Jon. See you later. See you on the summit.